Hey, well, what a total bummer. I continued on with the video for another at least half an hour, and none of it recorded. As soon as I went to turn you guys around, I disconnected you, and I didn't know that. I can't believe it. So the first thing that I thought was, actually, the first thing I thought wasn't, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, or what the hell. The first thing I thought was, well, there was something that didn't need to be said that was said, or not as much needed to be said. So sometimes less is more. So I didn't want to just end it just like that because it was wrapping up. So when you can't affect change like if you can't manifest in somebody else's life, how can you affect change? You can affect change energetically. You can affect change by changing your energy. By me shifting things around in my trailer, by realizing the things that I could do while I couldn't work on that, I was able to I eliminated a ton of work for myself. I eliminated a ton of cost for myself, and time was sped up because all of that would have taken time, right? And I affected my worker because I'll show you guys, this is what I was doing before. How frustrating, oh my God. After I did all of that, I sent a message to my worker. And I showed him, I sent him pictures and I said, this is what I've done. And this is what I'm thinking. What did I say? I sent him the pictures that I put on, and it looks ridiculous when you look at it. I said, I figured it out today. Now think about the mirror, okay? The mirror in this. I figured out a lot today. I've decided to put 2 already done dressers on either side of the back trailer with the water tank in the center, each so they could have, they would make one big bench across the back. And then in front of them on either side of the trailer will be 2 fold up and then fold down table legs that will create a surface, right? Locking in place that will allow the mattress to fold out to make a full princess bed because it's going to be quite elevated. The dressers are quite tall. And I said there's going to be tons of storage. Now I removed what was already there. Now think about what's going on in your life. I removed what was already there, the building that was already there, that was old and smelly and toxic and yuck and not my style and not really what I liked and dark because when I came in and around there was no open, free-flowing energy. Free-flowing energy is very important. I have a screen right here, right, that separates my living from my sleeping, but it's an air open screen. Oops. So energy able to move through is extremely important. So tons of storage, and then I have an open area in front of the bed that I didn't have before. It was all benches and boxes, which is just like a trailer, and I didn't want that. I wanted it more to have a more homey feel. I'm getting so many ideas because you guys know I have an idea for my spiritual, for my work, and that's the same message. It's going to have a more homey feel to it. I don't want it to be antiseptic. I don't want it to be clinical. I don't want it to be business. I want it to be natural, right? I love natural. So I said, I've put them on Facebook, but they haven't uploaded yet. I think they still haven't uploaded. Thank you, Mercury. What I need is a box built in the back part of the trailer. That's all I need now is a box in the back part of the trailer, basically framed in to go over top of the 2 dressers that are in place. I will screw the dressers securely to the back of the frame of the trailer so they don't move, right? And then I want to have a box separately, completely built around the water tank. And I'll have it come up very close so that there's no, I don't want to ruin the sides of the dresser because one day I may take the dressers out of there, right? They're beautiful. But I'm going to make a box over that. First of all, that was going to be boxed in that held the water tank, which is the motions. It's going to be boxed in the center. But I'm going to have steps going up over the water box. So think about all of these metaphysical messages I'm getting. And they're not just going to be steps. They're going to have drawers. So there's no unused space, no wasted space, everything has a purpose, right? Streamlined has a purpose. That's what I love about the whole tiny trailer thing. I've been, doing a lot of research for the last several years, and it's given me a lot of ideas. So what we do, it's the same thing when we do our spiritual work or any kind of work. You don't want to take somebody's work and copy their work. They've done all the legwork and you just take it and put your name on it. No, you take different ideas and you incorporate it into what you're doing and you call it yours, which is what we all do. We all do it. We all hear things. It could be, in a movie. Maybe you don't recall where you heard something, but you heard it. My dad was classic for doing this. I would say something. I mean, it's a running joke in our family. I would come up with this, whatever, and I would say it. And my dad would just kind of listen. My dad is brilliant. Okay, he is brilliant. This man, he has an analytical mind, and he's a creator, and he's extremely successful. But he would sit there quiet, not say anything, and then it wasn't even long. It was like, that's what was so ridiculous about it. It was literally like 10 minutes later. My landlord does the same thing. He does the same thing with me, and I call him on it now. He'll go, you know what? I think we should do blah, blah, blah. And we'd all look at each other like, okay. And when we were kids, we didn't say anything. But as we got older, I would say to my dad, geez, that's a great idea. Where'd you come up with that one? And everyone else would start laughing, and he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He thought he came up with it. I'm like, I just said those exact words 10 minutes ago, which is what my landlord does. I'll say, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah. And he goes, you know what? He goes, this is what's going to happen. He goes, I'll say something like, this is over here. I bet I left that in my car. I've been looking for it everywhere. And then I go looking, and then 5 minutes later, he's like, no, I think it's in your car. And I'm like, really? Huh. So then I go to my car, and later he goes, did you find your whatever it was? And I go, yeah, it was in the car. And he goes, I told you. And I go, no, I told you, and you parroted it back to me. He goes, okay. So that's just funny, because that needed to come up, because that's happening to somebody. And it's actually something that when I was younger and in business, that can be a problem. If somebody steals your ideas and puts their name on it, that's a problem. That's called plagiarism, right? Don't freaking copy. People have done that with my work. I've watched spiritual teachers, other spiritual teachers, come on their videos and say, apparently there's another channel that's literally posting my videos as themselves. Well, I also know that that's happened in my own personal life and my twins, right? Somebody has been posting words as their own that is not their own. I also know that that's been done under someone's request. I'm getting a lot of ideas, a lot of messages here. All right, they're not uploaded yet. So there's the box. I said, so when you come in to fill, all I need now is the box built at the back part of the trailer framed in, and the plumbing and wiring. That's it. I'm down to those steps, single steps, right? And my landlord goes, well, now you got that ready. Now you know what's going on. Now we know what's going on. We know what you want. We know, what we can do. You can go to Sedona. And I'm like, okay, there's another mention about Sedona, and then I need to go. I'm thinking about Sammy, right? We figured out how he works as far as he likes to go outside. We know what he likes to eat, blah, blah, blah. And that's arranged, because that was my one worry, was my animals. And I don't know if I said this on the last video or if I was just listening to it on here. But when I went to look at the video, it wasn't there. It was gone. So there's the reasons that were holding me back. Did I talk about my client? I don't even know if I spoke about my client and about how you don't have to wait for somebody, right? You can, oh God, energetically, you can get moving on your own and make things happen. If I did, I apologize, but that was like a main feature of what I had to say. Spirit was saying, you need to go, you need to get going, you need to go on a retreat, right? Your sex life is suffering, you're frustrated and angry, and no one wants to hang out with you when you were like that. You gotta go. Yeah, but he doesn't want to go. Don't worry about it. You take the steps. Where the dog's gonna go? The dogs are gonna go to the kennel down the road. Okay, call the kennel. How much is it per dog or whatever? When do they have to be dropped off? When do they have to be picked up? Do they need anything special to go with them? Blah, 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 blah. You arrange that. You're energetically getting things in order. I'm saying it fast because if I've already said it, you already know it, and it's annoying. So, but what about him? He doesn't want to go. Don't worry about him, because when you are doing what you're doing, it's energetically shifting. Let spirit handle that, right? If it does get right down to it and your partner doesn't want to go, you go. You're not married. And even if you were married, if this is something that's vital for you, for your mental health, you need to do this. You're not just saying this and being selfish. Spirit has been telling you this. And they're telling you, no, at the end of March or the end of May, that's not soon enough. It needs to happen now. Now, why does it need to happen now? Because in all reality, your sex life is suffering. Your relationship is suffering. Your mental health is suffering, which is making him suffer. He doesn't even realize that he doesn't know why he's interested in sex. He's depressed and he doesn't even know it. He doesn't know it because he's so freaking overwhelmed doing this, that, or the other, and getting the business and all the stress and da-da-da-da-da, right? I'm not a depressed person, but I have depressed people around me. I have toxic energy all around me. Spirit says, get the hell out of there, right? Your animals are taken care of. It's fine. Your trailer's not ready. You're not going on that right now. Remember, she's going to go in like a month or so. Well, maybe in a month or so my trailer will be done, but it's not now. But I still need to go now. Maybe a shorter vacation. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I had to. So I'm going to show you what I'm a visual person. I need to see. I can't, don't tell me, oh, you can do it on a YouTube video. No, I can't, because I can't see through a video. It's different from my mind. I don't think I said this part yet. It's like my dad, he's a mastermind. He's a genius, mathematical genius. And we used to race him in the calculator, and he always won. I had a car accident 25 years ago, and I got a head injury, and I'm sure you'll laugh. But the head injury, all it did was they said, it's okay, it's fine. Other than wrecking your neck, all it's really done is it's affect your mathematical skills. And I'm like, well, we don't have a problem there, because they never worked. They were never there. So my dad would sit there with me, and he would get so frustrated with me because he would try and explain it. And I said, you know, I couldn't as a child explain to him, but as an adult, I will tell you, it goes in one ear and it gets stuck here. It does not come out. It does not compute. Don't bother. So I've had many people, and I know that they're frustrated with me, and I know they were trying to help, but I'm a hands-on visual person. I have to see it. I have to have hands-on. I need to do it. So unless you're gonna come here with me and do it with me, I can't do that. I'm getting a message. There's people who can't do that in relationships. Unless you can be here with me, I can't. I need to be on hand physical. Well, you know, then we need to do whatever we can do to make that happen, right? So I've had people send me, well, look on videos on YouTube and you can do it. Well, there's a lot that I've been able to figure out, but there's a lot that I have to be in person to do. So there's that. So what I needed to do was I needed to set up a little makeshift, and it's rough. So when you look at it, you're gonna laugh. I had to show myself what it was gonna look like. So there's the dressers on either side, and there's the water tank in the center. I needed to literally even put a tabletop across the top so I could see where the bed was. I have to do that for myself. I have to visualize it. I gotta see, where's it all gonna fit? What's it gonna look like? What's it gonna, you know, how tall is it gonna be? You know, it's gotta be that way for me. Oh, I'm getting messages. And then I took it from behind. Oh my God. Don't go there with your sex. There it is, that's what it appears like from behind. I gotta see what that looks like from behind. Okay. What do you look like right now? Can I see a picture? Because if you're all falling apart, and I'm not going there. Okay, so then I didn't have enough to make one big thing, so I literally have like a piece of rug, I've got a piece of linoleum, everything in order for me to see how far out it would come, what it would feel like. See, it's feelings too. I've got to be in your physical energy, right? Think of all the metaphysical messages you're getting here. I had to stand there with the cabinet on this side, the cabinet on this side. Oh, I'm laughing. Family, job, what I'm dealing with, kids, dogs, whatever, and you. I needed to see what it would all feel like in place, right? Think about that in whatever you're working on. And I thought, wow, the way I have rearranged things, when I've got rid of all the shit that I didn't need to carry, and right now as I'm talking to you guys, on the water are, well, they're kind of far now, they've drifted a bit. Flock of I was gonna say a flock of forgiveness, a flock of pelicans, which says, drop the load, drop what you can no longer use, what is no longer necessary. And forgiveness is one of the things. Please be forgiving and compassionate to yourself and others. You're not gonna move forward while you're carrying around all that anger, bitterness, sadness, whatever, and junk. They scoop up a whole bunch of water when they go to get their fish, but they gotta drop out the water to get that fish, right? Oh God, all that emotion, you gotta drop out all that excess in order to get your catch. So I'm standing there and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this is not only gonna be workable, this is gonna be badass. It's gonna give me exactly what I wanted. I wanted a princess bed. I didn't want a regular bed. I didn't want a trailer. I wanted a princess bed, elevated, with storage underneath. That way, I don't have to have a low-hanging cupboard up above for cabinets. I've got more storage in here than I have in my house. So it's all set up the way I like it. And I sent that to him, along with a voice clip. Then I also woke up this morning and I thought, wait a minute, that bed is quite tall and you're really short. And you don't want to wreck the front of those dressers, so you're going to want to build steps. So that's cool. The water box comes out a little longer than the dressers do anyway. The box was just going to be built over the top of that. So I said, I wanted that water box encased. So it's basically contain your emotions. And then I wanted steps built in order for me to get up to the bed. I need steps built in order to get to your, so if you're thinking about relationships, right? Contain your emotion and have some steps. Lay down some steps so that you can get your way into that bed, into that emotional energy easier, right? It's more comfortable. It's easy access, right? All of these things mean a lot. But then I'm not just going to build steps. I'm going to have drawers in those steps. So there's no unused space, no wasted space, no wasted energy, right? Think about it. So I sent him that. I'm going to need box built. So then he sends me back a diagram of what he says. Can I make this bigger? How can I make this bigger? I can. I did that as well, which is interesting because we were talking about how do we affect the energy? How can we affect somebody else without telling them what to do, right? Without nagging at them. You do it yourself. So I'm sitting here at my desk last night after I did that. And I was so pleased with mine, so excited about using my mom's dressers and my dad's dressers. And I drew myself a diagram. Now, when you look at it, it just looks like a bunch of boxes, but these are the dressers. This is the water box with the cabinet over top. These are the drawers, right? This is where it's going to come out to on this top surface. This along the side are the fold down tables that are going to flip up, legs that drop down to make this a solid support so that my entire futon can sit there, right? So I'm looking at that, and I will tell you that literally seconds after I did that, I got a message from him. Now, that was the one thing. My landlord said, I don't know about this guy. And I said, you know, he walked into that room and he saw that stuff and he was overwhelmed, right? There was just so much shit in there. And what we did, when we ended up removing everything, we found out that we were taking, basically, there was nothing. All that was there was the siding and a table that I'm not even going to use. All that other stuff was junk. The overwhelm was all of it in a big heap. It's kind of like your parents or your grandparents, somebody passes away, you go to the house and they're a hoarder and you're like, oh my God, overwhelmed. So what do? You take everything you don't want out, junk pile over there, right? You've got to organize, you got to separate. But we hadn't done that. We were just, everything was overwhelming. The whole thing was overwhelming. So once I did that yesterday, I went in there and I looked and I said, look at this. All that's there is the door, the screen door, which you need the door to go in and out. You need a screen, a filter, right? And you need the building supplies. And even that table, I didn't need that table, right? Just the siding, right? The support, that's all we had. That's all that was left. No overwhelm. Right seconds after I sent him, I sat down and drew out my little diagram. He sent me back a diagram. So he was energetically mirroring what I was doing. This is how we affect one another. Don't remember if I said this before. I don't think I did before I got cut off. I'm thinking about my spiritual twin. When I heal, he heals. When I'm happy, he's happy. When I'm sad, he's sad. When he's depressed, I'm depressed. I'm affected by it. When I feel myself angry and I don't understand why, who am I connecting to? My landlord or my spiritual twin? Because we are connected at all times. When I'm feeling incredibly sad or depressed, who am I connecting to? My landlord or my spiritual twin? They're both doing the same thing. So what can I do to change that? I need to shift my energy. I kickstart myself, right? You guys didn't see any of this, but James, the person that I spoke to, when I came online, I went to look at the post, and everybody, there was a list, like I knew there would be. Everybody came to the rescue. Everybody had something to say. Positive, beautiful messages. And I was bawling. Again, I cry so much, right? It was wonderful. And I went to his page, and there was, again, one more negative post. But when you're in a position like this, you don't realize that. I see myself when somebody was trying to talk to me and encourage me, and I was so upset and frustrated and confused and didn't understand what was going on, and I couldn't hear them. I remember a time several years back, 4.5 years back, that I saw my twins' grandparents and him in a dream. That's who I thought I was with anyway. And the grandmother said to me, he can't hear you. Now, remember I told you I keep connecting with the grandmother? There is a grandmother in spirit, but I think there might be an energetic grandmother I connect with in the physical as well. The grandmother loves him very much. And she said, he can't hear you. And I said, why? Now, it might not have been me. It might have been that I was in my twin's body watching someone else, right? In his family. It's frustrating sometimes because we're so connected that way. But the message was, he can't hear you. And the person said, why? He can't see you because he's not there. He's not there. He's not in that right headspace. And I thought, wow, I wasn't either. I wasn't in my right headspace either. Why couldn't I connect to my twin? I wasn't in my right headspace. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was so frustrated and angry and scared and upset, right? So that's where James is. He's not feeling well. He's not only not feeling well, he's in agony. And he's frustrated and he's stressed out. And why am I doing this with my hair? I don't know. I don't know. You know what it is? I'm releasing. Oh, wow. I may end up having to cut my hair. I'm having a complete I'm completely redoing my hair tomorrow, like 100% differently. And it's a big, long process. Your hair is your psychic antennae. We don't like to lose our hair, right? Psychic people, but this also holds energy. This is years of energy, and a lot of it's toxic. My hair grows really, really quick, so I'm really lucky. Like, my hair grows in half an inch within like a week. Like, not half an inch, a quarter of an inch in a week. Seriously, easy. But I'm doing this because I'm releasing. I don't want to cut my hair. But when I do what I have to do tomorrow, it may damage my hair so much that I may have to remove some of it. There's so many messages I'm getting. In order to heal, you may have to cut things away, right? Even things that you love, people that you love, situations. Maybe you had to do that in order to heal. You had to walk away. I know that you did. So I'm doing this just automatically because now that I'm doing it, I'm really paying attention. So I'm releasing as I'm speaking, right? So, where was I at? So much that I didn't tell you. Okay, so he's in this rotten place, right? Can't hear me. So I thought, there's no point in me talking to him, right? Because what I was saying was making him mad. It was just upsetting him. He couldn't hear me. How could he hear me? He's in pain and he's frustrated and he's scared. And it doesn't matter that I say that you're not alone, spirit's with you and your soul family's with you. No, they're not with me. I'm alone here in this freaking hospital, and nobody can understand me. They don't give a shit. They're very, very clinical and analytical, and nobody understands who I am. They're not like me, and you work yourself up into a frenzy. So I thought, all right, there's no point talking to him. I need to act. Don't tell me how you feel, show me how you feel. Don't tell me what you want, show me what you want, right? There's a song like that, I swear. Don't da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, I can hear it. So that's when I went on and I made the request to Soul Family. And when I went, but I asked him and I got annoyed. And I will tell you the God's honest truth, I did get annoyed. At first, when I saw his post, I was annoyed. I was like, God, don't you understand that when you put all that shit out there, that negative, you're drawing more negative towards you? No, he can't understand it because he's so wrapped in it and so deep in it. I've been there too. No, we don't understand. We can't understand because we're hurting and we're in pain and we need someone to just fucking help us, right? So I said, okay, I get it. I said, I'm just gonna ask you one thing. Do you give permission for me to send you Reiki healing? I'm a Reiki master, and so are a lot of my friends, and we need your permission. But he didn't answer me, probably because he was annoyed with me, which is, understandable. So then I said to Spirit, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll just do it. And if he doesn't accept it, it'll come back to me. And for God's sake, I need it, and I deserve it too, right? When I do my Reiki healing, it's not extremely draining, but it is, because I was so exhausted I could barely keep my eyes open. So I'm going to share with you the post. If you didn't see it, you that were here to see it, understand, and I thank you for being so amazing, like you've always been. Calling all soul family members, and look at the picture. This is what I was doing with Spirit. I was beseeching Spirit and my soul family, and I was counting on them coming through. Notice the color, the golden rays, right? Pay attention to this. So James may have thought, oh yeah, I'm just one more person on her list to send her. Yeah, love sent, right? No, that's not how I work. I was bawling and I was exhausted already. I wrote, calling all soul family members and healers. I have a healing and prayer request. I realize it's quite late and it's a weekend night, so many of you may not be up or around. It was probably I think it was like 11:30. We have a soul brother, James, who is in desperate need of all of our prayers, love, and supportive healing energy. He has been suffering for a very long time with very little relief. He has lost a lot. Would you please all come together and show him that he has not lost the love of Spirit and soul family? Let's show him how we stand by our soul family, that we are there for each other when one is in need. I've already begun sending healing Reiki myself, but you know how much more powerful we are when we come together. Power of prayer is huge. The power of love is incomparable. And when we all connect, and there's emphasis on that, when we all connect energetically as a united collective, sending love to a situation, to a person, to anything, we are powerful and we affect change. That's how we can affect change. Use our energy in a positive, healing way. You don't need to be a Reiki master. Please, love is the most powerful healer of all. Please join me in sending our loving, healing soul family love to James. Let's help lift his vibration because he can't lift it right now. And that's what happens when one can't, then you need the assistance of others. We need the assistance of Spirit. But when you're in a depressed state and you're ill to that, when you're broken down to that point, you can't hear your messages. You all know you've been there. Come on, we've all been there. We're all wearing human suits, right? So let's help lift his vibration since he can't do it for himself. Think of how much better we will all be feeling. Because when we send healing love to another, we also receive it. We're all benefiting, right? It's a reciprocal thing. So, well, my so-and-so is just toxic and this and that and the other, constant, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but if you're not and you send love into that situation, you send love, you send love, you send love, you are going to affect a change. I've talked to you all about before when I've sent love into a work situation to a person who hated my guts. I turned it around. My energy, my sending love into that situation alone with Spirit's assistance changed the whole dynamics of that workplace, of that connection between I and this person. Love heals everything and everyone. Nothing tops it. So no, you don't have to be a master. I don't have to have a degree. Most people ask me, I've been asked recently, where do you get your teaching? You know, where have you gotten your documents? I like to see contracts. I like to see documents. I like to see proof from a medical professional. Well, that's probably why Spirit had me do it. I have a Reiki license. I have a dream analysis license. Those are the only things Spirit wanted me to take a class by anyone else about or for. The rest they would teach me through my animal messengers, through my dreams, through my downloads, through my life on hands-on experience. This is why I've gone through all the things that I've gone through. This is why you've gone through all the things you've gone through. Everything that you're going through, you are experiencing in order to help you deal with what you have asked for. You can thank yourself. I've said often, when I get back up to Spirit, I'm going to kick my own ass for choosing a twin soul path. Yes, I damn well will. Not fun. So, may each and every one of us sleep well tonight, and for those who are just starting out your day, may your day be blessed. Thanking you in advance. That's another thing. How do we manifest? We say it in advance. We thank you in advance before we see it. Thank you for bringing me the funds. Thank you for bringing me the healing. Thank you for bringing me to the right people at the right place at the right time, giving me the right opportunities. Thank you. Ahead of time, before it happens. That's what's making it happen. Because when your intention and the will of the divine meet up, that's manifestation. So thank you, Father, Mother, and thank you, Archangels Raphael, Michael, and Metatron for assisting, as well as Master Jesus. I love saying that because for so long I didn't include Master Jesus, and he's been with me the most because I teach like him. God, amazing, patient. Master Jesus also stands for my twin soul. Same energy, pretty amazing. So much I'm hearing for myself here. So many things that I didn't understand I was doing wrong. So many things I didn't see was being done for me. And I'm so grateful. I see it. So I tagged 52 people, and out of the 52 people, 43 have left comments. So it's pretty freaking amazing. One of the comments is by someone I don't know the name, but it's a GIF, a moving GIF. Remember I told you pay attention to the color that I was beseeching? The golden ray. Oh, I just got a message. Oh, the golden ray is a person. Oh, I know who. Wow. This is what they sent. Feel that divine energy moving into your soul, lifting you, opening. I ask the Father to fill me with unconditional love. I use the sun, the divine masculine energy, as an example. I saw that and it hit me, just boom. It was amazing, the force that it hit me with. Then I created a post. Oh, I saw so many things today. This was just shared to my page by another, to our soul family member, James, in loving support. The second I saw it, I was hit with the most powerful, loving, healing vibration of the golden ray. The golden ray. My heart chakra is pumping. As you look at this, allow your body to be completely filled with pure, unconditional, loving energy. You will feel your body respond. Allow it to burn off and melt away all dis-ease in your body and every form that it might take, right? And instead be filled with the power of the sun. What a way to start the day off, thinking and feeling right. Grace, worthy, the golden ray, the power of the sun, the healing power of love, unconditional love. There is nothing stronger. There's nothing greater. Nothing under the sun is more powerful than love. I gotta say that. Nothing. What did I say? Nothing more powerful than the sun. Oh, I can't even remember. I'll have to listen to it later and add it later. My mind has got, I'm getting downloads right now. They kicked me off, probably because I'm taking too much time, and that's why they kicked off the video. So I don't know, I went on to explain, I wrapped up so many different things, and basically, here's another post that I do want to share with you. It's my banner picture. I've got a lot of people that think, you know, you're just a big mouth little spaz, right? And I'm not afraid of anybody, and I don't really care. Look at me doing this. I wonder if this is self-soothing. I don't know. I just automatically needed to do that again. So I'm looking at the lion standing next to me. The lion represents Jesus, Master Jesus. The lion represents my divine masculine. The divine, the sun. It's powerful. Standing next to me, the energy is enormous. Why I don't fear anyone. When people say, huh, you and what army? I respond, the one that has legions of ones, like the one next to me, standing behind, around, in front, and above me. That army. And this is the picture. I need to see things visually. It's important for me. It makes a big difference. That's the divine masculine. Now I can't get out of this screen. Seriously? Told you guys I'm not computer literate. Come on, help me, please. Okay, I think I kicked it off. To wrap it all up, because I've lost a lot of the things that I shared on the last video, which were really good because I guess those things were between me and the ones who needed to hear it energetically. How can you affect somebody? You can affect somebody by your physical, by your energy, right? By your source love. But the message, the title of my video today, this one that's going out in 2 parts, sadly, this is for all signs, every element. Has your chariot stalled? How can I get things moving forward already? Well, you think about it. If I am stalled in one aspect of my life, how many other areas of my life are stalled? And how many of them are affected by me? All of them are affected by me. Spirit told me to go to Sedona or go on a retreat, is what they said. They didn't say Sedona. They said you need to go on a retreat, but I've been stalling because my trailer wasn't ready, or I didn't know that I had the funds. I was worried about my cats. Willow wasn't eating properly. Sammy was sad. And now that's handled, right? I figured her out. I figured him out. He gets to go out. My landlord and I are on a schedule. His cats go in. My cats get to go out. It's all good, right? When I spoke to my client, I was speaking to myself, and I laughed, and I said to her, this is so funny. You know, you kept saying, well, I can't do it now, or he doesn't want to do it. If he doesn't want to do it on your own, right? And let Spirit handle it. Spirit said, get in your car. We'll figure it out on the way. Don't worry about it. We'll handle it. It'll be done, right? So I'm thinking and sad and upset because my twin soul's not in my life. And why is that not happening? Well, what are you stalling? Because if you're stalling on things, Sherry, in your life, so is he. Everything that you do is connected to him. Everything he does is connected to you. If one of you isn't doing it properly, the other one needs to do it properly. That's how we help each other. Same thing with our soul family. If one can't do it because of whatever situation they're in, the other one needs to, right? And we can rearrange things and we can shift things and make things happen. So I'm thinking, I'm so frustrated with my trailer being stalled. I'm so frustrated that I haven't heard from my twin. I haven't blah, blah, blah. What's going on? And I kept getting from Spirit, he's got a block. He's got a block. The block is apparent. What? Oh my God, that's so funny. Apparent, the word apparent, but apparent as well, right? There's a block. So how can you shift what's going on in his life when his is being affected by what's going on outside of his life? By showing him how you do it. How can you show? And that's how he does it for me, because he does it for me energetically. He's standing with me the whole time. He sends others in, right? He told me a long time ago, if you can't hear me, you're going to have to deal with the people on Facebook. So I'm getting all of these different messages from my twin, through all these people, right? And that's what frustrated me. I wasn't getting it. I was frustrated. I don't want to hear from all of them. I want to hear from you. You are hearing from me. Just do what you're told. Just listen. Listen to what you're being told, right? Teacher, teach yourself. Walk your walk, talk your talk. I am. I told you, when I do these readings, they're for me too. Mostly me. They're a record. So it's like it's how I record my life, with a video, with a camera. Oh my God, I get this. I understand. Somebody just said to me yesterday that your life has been made into a movie. There's a movie you need to watch because it is your life story. And I thought, really? I was going to do that, but yes, I am. And there's a mirror. I'm directed to movies all the time, and every movie that I see, there's a story in it that is my life, and it gives me my next message. It's amazing. I mean, Spirit is talking to us all the time, 24/7. So if I am frustrated that something is not moving forward in my life, then I need to look at my life and see where I am doing the same thing. Because what I don't like in you is a mirror of something that I'm doing in my own life. I don't like the fact that you're trying to control things. Well, where are you trying to control things? I don't like the fact that you start and then you stop. You start and then you stop. Well, what was I doing with my trailer? Start, stop, start, stop. I told you that trailer is my life. That's my life. I can't start, stop, start, stop. I can take little breaks, but I have to keep consistently moving forward on it, right? I stalled way too long. I think I don't know what the longest, there's never been like a super long time that I've not done anything on it, but I could have done a lot more. The J-rail could have been cleaned. There's a lot of things that take up time, that are time consuming, that I could have made use of this time doing, but I got discouraged. I got depressed. I didn't know I was depressed. I don't generally suffer from depression, but I did. I got discouraged and I stopped. I wasn't motivated. I needed someone to light a fire under me, right? So I don't know, it came out and I lit the fire under my own ass. Spirit did it, right? The epiphany. They said, okay, enough is enough. When Spirit says divine intervention's coming in, we always think, oh good, they're going to light a fire under their ass. No, it's divine intervention's going to come in and light a fire under your ass so that you start doing things and you start maneuvering and moving the energy around so that you can affect change in everybody else. Because you are a spiritual teacher. This is your path. You need to be in top form in order to do this. You're not in top form when you sit in a toxic environment. You're depressed and sad and frustrated. Where do you do well, Sherry? Outside. Where do you do well? When you're traveling, and I got that in my head, the one that I love, right? Has a difficult job, but when you go to a different place, it's a different environment, and you're on the move, so you don't feel like you're stewing in that toxic environment, right? Why not create a space, which is what I'm doing, that you don't have to leave your environment to get away from the toxic environment, right? That's the whole key. So I think that I'm at 38 minutes. So I'll probably wrap it up. Is there anything else that I forgot to share? James was very grateful. He said thank you for everybody's help, right? But he's gonna need more. He's gonna need more requests or prayers and requests to Spirit, and Spirit knows that. We'll be reminded. I do wanna say that I'm very busy on Facebook. You guys see that this is where I work, right? Social media can connect a lot of people at once, but it's also a very toxic place, and we need to also clear our energy, and we have to limit time away from it too, because it's overwhelming, and there's a lot of trollers, and that's not good. I did want to say, 1 minute I'm this way, and the next minute I'm freaking out. Why are you this, and why are you that? I don't want to be around you. You're a handful. Right when I think you're going to be fine, all of a sudden you turn into a freaking psycho. I just wanted to take you somewhere nice, and then now maybe you understand, right? I understand a little bit. So when I was looking at the list, because I answered everybody, when I looked at the list, I noticed there was somebody else. I went to their page, and I thought, I haven't seen their page in a really long time. I have a friend that's going to Maui. God, I love Maui. And she went first class. Her father works for the airlines, and she goes, going to Maui, these are my digs. And I'm looking at it going, where are you? She's got a bed, like a bedroom, like a whole room. And I'm like, where are you? And she goes, first class. I'm like, I've never seen first class that looks like that. Wow, that's amazing. We used to go to Hawaii every summer, and I was telling her, I have a friend in Hawaii that's a singer. You might want to hook up with her there. So I couldn't remember her last name, and I went to look it up. And I don't think she's there. And I thought, why haven't I seen any of her posts? But there's a lot of people that I haven't seen the things that they've shared, right? But if you don't connect regularly with someone, Facebook removes it. And if you're not consistently looking at that, other people might remove information that's coming to you, right? And you may never see it. So I had to go through, and I went and I thought, okay, I'm going to see which items do I want to see their first post all the time. Well, it's interesting because the very first one that's clicked on my Facebook page is my twin. He doesn't even use his Facebook, hasn't since 2013. But I want to see the first time he does, right? I haven't seen it. So I went through and I changed. I thought, wow, all of these things were clicked for first. Just, it was people that I'd lost track of, and I thought, oh, I need to see when they post. But we're limited to a certain amount of people that we can see first. Getting the message? So I had to rearrange that, and I thought, no, that's not a priority for me. That's not a priority. I removed all of them except for one and my twin. Every other one I redid because these people are now important to me. This is more important to me. It wasn't when Facebook first began, right? So you might want to do that. But I saw that there's another soul brother. I know that also know that there's many others. We talk about them regularly, but I have another soul brother named Rocky Norris. He's a ex-military Marine, and he's suffering greatly. Very, very much so, and really needs the support and love. And I heard in my dream last night, what about me? What about me? There's a lot of us that aren't singled out for attention, right? But you're included in our prayers and our thoughts. Jump on the bandwagon, and the best way you can do that is by doing what our soul family did on my post. And I sent that to James. I said, he wrote me this morning, thank you very much, but this is and then the list of all the negatives, right? Which I understand, he's going through it, right? And I said, I just want you to know that I think there's at least a dozen people on this list that sent you loving, healing energy that are also suffering as much, if not worse, than you are. There are ones who have terminal illnesses. There are ones who are going regularly, weekly, to get treatments in hospital. There are ones who they're on their last leg. They're sending you their loving, healing energy. I understand what I'm saying. I get that. I'm getting it too. And so why does that need to be brought up? To make you feel bad? No. To show you that the way that you receive is to give for them, and also to get your mind off of your own troubles by helping somebody else. So if your name was missed, make notice of it. I've said to soul family when we connect, right? If you're going through something, let your soul family know. We are not freaking mind readers. We can't know everything you're going through. Well, they should have understood. Well, they shouldn't have understood because they're all dealing with their own stuff. They don't know unless you say, I don't know how you felt about that. I don't know how that affected you. I don't know what you're needing. I don't know what you're feeling. So tell me so I can do it. So many times people have no idea what they said, how it affected someone. I know that I do it too. I don't realize sometimes what I've said has affected somebody. But I'm very careful to only channel what Spirit's showing me. Okay, these aren't things that I'm telling you that I'm just thinking about right now. These are things that Spirit's asked me to say. So if I do come across like a sledgehammer, don't shoot the messenger. And I said that to James. Don't shoot the messenger. Actually, I'll tell you, because that might even have sounded harsh, right? The way I responded. I get that. My twin has smacked me, responded to me and woke me up, right? Totally has, and he was right. He just wrote, James, my expectations are not unreasonable. Of course, we all face things in the world that are unjust, and it is debatable how realistic it may be for us to expect the world to change for us. I understand that. I think I've made it clear that I expect medical professionals to do their jobs. So then it starts going. As soon as we allow poor conditions to go unchallenged, we are consigned to a world where we are subjected to lack of unreasonable consensus of quality. I challenge poor performance. I do not accept that from medical professionals for myself or anyone else. Both immeasurable suffering and even death can result. It is reasonable to challenge poor performance. It is unacceptable to be a victim of neglect, arrogance, and incompetence. In the broader sense, I know the probabilities regarding the kind of care I would like. I can tell you this. I am not content to be a prisoner. The whole system is designed to keep the disabled institutionalized rather than independent. This is because of the insurance company mafia, which is scamming millions from taxpayers every single day. I expect more out of my medical professionals. I expect more from my fellow human beings. I expect more from my country. It's disgusting how we treat the vulnerable. I do not remain silent about my expectations, because when I ask what I can do for my country, and more important for my fellow human beings, this is it. I agree. Well said. Hold on. Well said. This is why Spirit cut me off, because this was supposed to come on. I agree. We must speak up. Oftentimes, Spirit will subject us to the cruel circumstances that many faceless and voiceless ones must endure on a daily basis in order for us to understand the importance of speaking up. How better to show us the urgency than for us to feel it ourselves. Everything we are going through is happening to us in order to educate, enlighten, and bring to us what we have asked for. This is how I look back on all of the suffering I have had to endure in my own life. None of it was accidental. No, that's not right, because sometimes it is an accident. Sometimes you have to have an accident in order to get it, right? None of it was wasted time, energy, or pain. All has been seen and understood by Spirit as to what we have had to endure. We then will use our platform and our pain to help educate, enlighten, and bring about change to this world. We are all a part of the United Collective. Love and healing energy continue to flow your way, my soul brother. That's why the video didn't go out, because this needed to go out. What I wanted to say was, when he got angry at me yesterday, and you may say, and I understand why he couldn't hear me, but it still needed to go on Facebook, because he posted it on Facebook. It needed to be there. I'm so sorry that you've been going through so much. Try not to speak or think repeated negative things. I've done the same thing. I've had friends, Lisa, I've had friends, Betty, I've had friends say the Sandy, Christina, so many others say the same things to me. Uncle Phil, right? When I was in this place, okay? I heard it. I've seen it. I've said it. I've done it. No one's pointing fingers, right? I'm talking to me. You try not to repeat these negative things. You can change your energy. Try instead faking it until you make it. I've turned things around doing that. It's all vibration. If we repeat what we are sad, angry, or afraid of, we're confirming it into our life. We're solidifying it. Our body doesn't understand when we speak negatively that we aren't saying those things about ourselves. All they hear is the negativity. We are then attacking our own bodies. Tell your body you love it. I'm proud of you. I'll never let you down. I'm always here for you, and I always will be. I deserve the best treatment there is. I am good, loving, kind, deserving, worthy, etc. All positive. For every negative thing you can say it in a positive way. Spirit's got a plan, or I meet the best people. I'm given the best opportunities. I'm at the right place at the right time. I'm going to get better. Do it. You're just laying there anyway. How can it hurt? I know it can shift if you do. Much love to you. Now, I've done the same freaking things, right? We all do. When we're frustrated, when we're hurting, when we're tired. It's generally when we're broken down. That's why I wasn't going to be heard by my spiritual twin when he was suffering. He couldn't hear me then, right? Or if it wasn't him, maybe it was him looking at someone else that couldn't, and I was just watching it. I don't know. Maybe he was watching me and saying that. She can't hear you because she's hurting. She's in pain. She can't hear you. He said, if you can't hear me, you're going to have to deal with them. He was trying to reach out, right? So he came back. I do not blame myself because I'm innocent. I'm loving. I'm kind. I do not accept negative energy. I said, I didn't say that you're bad energy. Don't shoot the messenger, James. I've had a lot of messengers that I've shot, and I apologize. I'm trying to help here. I'm not talking out of my ass. I know you're in pain. I'm guaranteeing you that when you speak and think positively, you will shift your energy. Your energy will draw to you what you send out. I've been in circumstances that you have no idea about. I've been terrified with no one to turn to or help. Spirit stepped in. As I lay there, alone, crying, terrified, unsure, all hope lost, I said those positive words, and I had miracles happen. Every time. And there have been many times I've been in that place. Use your power, James. You have power. If you have been around long enough to see who I am, I don't preach. I walk my walk. I talk my talk. I get my own ass kicked by myself and by my soul family. I'm willingly taking that, right? I stand to be corrected. That's fine, but I'm standing to be corrected. I do what I say, and I do it because it works. Spirit sees that you're in pain. Don't believe that you were forgotten. You aren't. Call in your team to carry you what you can't. And I got to tell you that as I'm saying these words out loud, I am affirming this to the universe, to myself. I'm helping myself, and I am creating my future by what I'm affirming, okay? That's why I like to say these words out loud. That's why I say my affirmations out loud. That's why I argue with my higher self out loud, because I hear myself, then I can, apologize. Don't believe you're forgotten. You aren't. Call in your team to carry what you can't. I am calling them in for you, to surround you, to lift your burdens, to help you go through what you must, to ease your suffering. And then when he says, I don't, blah, 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 I said, excellent, keep it up. Rather say, I'm deserving, I'm worthy, I'm heard, I'm seen, I do matter, I'm a child of God, no blame to anyone. Just affirm. I call in my whole spiritual team. I ask you, Archangel Michael, kick the walls that are blocking my help. Arrange Archangel Raphael. This is too much for me to carry alone. I ask that you take this from me. I surrender this to the whole heavenly team. Show me that you're supporting me. But the thing is, we often will say it, but we won't surrender it. Then we keep trying to do it and fix it ourselves, and we make a mess of it, right? So if they tell you to surrender it and go on a retreat, then do it. Then he says, I don't believe I drew this to me. I would never be so cruel. I practiced the words. I'm still waiting for the shift. I'm exhausted. Last night, I said to my landlord, look, it's a new moon. Put out your new moon wishes. He goes, I did that in the last 3 moons, and I've never gotten any help. And I said, just because you did it 3 times doesn't mean it's not happening. Just because you haven't seen it. Same as me. Just because you haven't seen it happening, there are things going on behind the scenes that you're not seeing. It is shifting. Do it again. Put out your new moon wishes, whatever it is, because I'm sure there's something new this time, right? And then I said to him, no, you didn't. You didn't draw this towards you, right? You didn't say in spirit, when I go down to live this path, I want you to do this, this, and this to me. You just said, I want to learn this. I want to achieve this, and this is how you're going to do it. I said, no, you didn't. Shit happens to all of us. Some of us have a real shit time of it. You may look at somebody and go, wow, why am I not that person? Their whole freaking life has been blessed because you're working through your past karma. Whatever it is, a past life issue. You chose this path. Yes, I did, right? We're definitely leveling up, believe me. It's not a picnic for many in the world, but you get to choose how you think and what you say. Make it positive, and when it's too much and you crack, start over again after you break down. Saying it positive, keep doing it. What will that harm? How can it make it worse? It can't. And it will make it better. Keep doing it. And then Bhupinder Singh Bidai, I think that's how you say it. Dear friend, if you're done with everyone here, please, here's a little advice for you. I invite you, my holy master here, I'm going to share Maha Mantra, which I can believe helps you like anything. All you need is just your faith. And chant this Maha Mantra as much as you can with your full faith. And let me know after 11 days if there hasn't been a change, right? And then he goes, here is the mantra. Dan Guru Darshan. Dan Guru Darshan. Dan Guru Darshan. I want to know what that means before I chant it, right? Chant this as much as you can. May the Holy Master bless you with good health. I hope you do this. So when I figure out what those words are, I would chant that, right? I don't say anything I don't understand. I don't listen to people that speak in tongues. If I don't know what they're saying, it's not for me. Okay? It's just my way of doing things. Then he wrote, I am willing. Currently, I'm unable to talk. So when I heal, an opportunity will present itself. And I said, you can chant in your mind. You don't have to chant out loud. So if you're at work or you're in a place around people that you can't do this around, you can do it all in your head. And then Bhupinder said to me, ask him to chant as much as he can. Miracles happen here on this earth with those who believe. And then he sent a picture of it holding his prayer beads as the chanting. And he goes, if anybody is near you, ask them to call me. Because he says, I share my number in your inbox. If you call us, if it's expensive, use WhatsApp and call instead. This is help reaching out. So you're asking for certain things, right? I want this, blah, blah. But Spirit sends you this. You are being helped. You may not be helped in the way that you're asking to be helped, but you are being helped. I'm getting this, right? And he asked me to tell him to do this. And I said, he can choose to do it. We all have free will. He can choose to every morning to choose. He gets to choose to know he is being helped because he is. He can choose to know he is important, loved, and blessed. He has a girlfriend. I have no one for 14 years. I've had no one with me for 14 years. I had a month and a half, right? I've been separated from my twin soul by manipulation, by lies. We love each other. James can be grateful. He has someone that loves him and is in a relationship with him. Count your blessings, not your problems, and you will shift your circumstances. Message to self. Same thing. I have a spiritual connection, on a spiritual level. I don't have it happening in the physical. It is on a spiritual level. That love is always ever present. So when I say that, don't say, oh, he's doing that. It is there. The love is there for me. Just because I have a connection with my spiritual twin on an energetic level, so do you. If your spiritual twin is not a physical being that you've met in this world, it's your guardian angel. You still have that energy working with you. And then he says it's totally free, just like sending love is and giving love, right? And then he says, I choose in the morning as I'm completely insane right now, which is, he's overwhelmed. And then he said, thank you, dear friend. Currently, I cannot speak and there's no privacy here. And then he said to me, thank you, dear friend. Tomorrow is another day. I said, tomorrow will be a better day. I ask that you are able to sleep well. I know what no sleep for weeks on end with no reprieve feels like and what it does to a body. Blessings be with you. And then Bhupinder said, anytime, bro, you need no privacy. All you need is to chant in your mind. You need to speak, no need to speak out loud, just an internal chant. So I said, and I've said many times before, if you need help, ask and you shall receive. Don't suffer in silence. Suffering in silence is getting you nowhere. Speak what you need. I need you physically here. I need your arms around me. I need to hear your voice. I need to see you eye to eye. I need your energy with me here. I need the doctors to find what it is that they can't understand that's in my body. Now, I'm getting a message. Sometimes the doctors aren't going to understand what's in your body because it's not a physical ailment. It's a mental ailment that is giving you physical manifestation or symptoms, right? Many times people think they have an illness when in all reality, it's the toxic environment and the thoughts and the people that are around them that is manifesting their body's way of showing them there's something wrong. You could think you're dying and you could alter it, shift it by what you say, by what you feel, by what you drink, by who you associate with, by what you take in, right? And by your body moving. So let me just see if there's anything else that pops up, and then I'm going to stop because it's now 2:20. I thought we wrapped this at 1, but then I had to redo this, which is really good. Thank you, Spirit, that this happened because this needed to be said, right? Here's a post that I put out. And I'm saying, I'm saying what I was suffering with, but I'm showing it in a way that's also helping, right? I'm trying anyway. This was an example of a daughter. Her father died, and every day, she had a very, very difficult time, and every day she would send text messages, oh God, please don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. He died. And every day, she sent messages to the phone telling everything that was going on in her life and everything she was going through. And one day she got a response from her dad's phone. So, and it was this person that wrote back, this man who had her father's phone. I know he's not dead. It was beautiful. It made me cry. It's gonna make you cry. Come on, can you just bring it up? Hi, Dad, it's me. Tomorrow is going to be a tough day again. It's been 4 years since I lost you, and not a day goes by that I don't miss you. A lot has happened in that small time, but I'm sure you know since I tell you all the time. I beat cancer, and I haven't gotten sick since you were there. Like I promised you, I would take better care of myself. I finished college and I graduated with honors. Now I'm back and finishing up again. I fell in love and I had my heart broken. You would have killed him, Dad. But I picked my head up and I became an even stronger woman. I lost all my friends and hit rock bottom. Oh God, this is supposed to be said and I know why. But I found someone who came into my life and saved me. I don't have any children yet. You would be so happy, but I'm ready. I still drive Mom crazy every day, but I'm keeping her on her toes. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me the most. But one day we will. One day we will. Our chance to watch that game. Have our chance to watch that game. I'm afraid of marriage because I'll have to walk that long aisle alone and you won't be there to tell me everything will be okay. I'm doing great. You would be so proud of the woman I've become. No, my smart mouth and attitude have not changed. And no, I haven't gained weight. It only goes to my head. I just wanted to say I love you and I really do miss you. And the response they got was, hi, sweetheart, I'm not your father, but I've been getting all your messages for the past 4 years. I look forward to your morning messages and your nightly updates. My name is Brad and I lost my daughter in a car wreck, August 2014, and your messages have kept me alive. When you text me, I know it's a message from God. I'm sorry you lost someone so close to you, but I've listened to you over the years and I've watched you grow and go through more than anyone. I have wanted to text you back for years, but I didn't want to break your heart. You are an extraordinary woman, and I wish my daughter would have become the woman you are. Thank you for your everyday updates. You remind me that there is a God, and it wasn't his fault that my little girl is gone. He gave me you, my little angel, and I knew this day was coming. Everything will be okay. You need to push yourself every day and shine the light God gave you. I'm sorry you have to go through this, but if it makes it any better, I'm very proud of you. P.S. I think your father would be happy to know that you bought another dog instead of having kids. Take care, and I look forward to your updates tomorrow. She sent her last message on the night before the 4th anniversary of his death.
She's beautiful. She has dark hair and blue eyes. She was shocked and touched by the answer. She uploaded this shot to Facebook, dubbing the response from a Brad a sign that her father is at peace. What a truly amazing turn of events. God is love is all around us. We just have to take the time to see the signs and understand it. Chastity and Brad certainly seemed at peace to have been involved in such a wonderful happening. Share this article if you think it was a sign. I sent messages every day for 5.5 years, and somebody else got them, and I was angry. That person needed to get them. There's always a reason things happen. There's a reason bad things happen. That person needed to get them. There was a healing for both of these people. I want to meet that person that got my messages. I didn't know this was here. The way I wrote it was, so after months of trying to balance all of my pent-up emotion, this broke the dam. I know I've cried in front of you all before, but this deep, gut-wrenching sobs. I have the last conversation my mom and I had on my Facebook Messenger. I'm asking that question now, Mom. You all know when you have a new message, it's highlighted, and once you open it, it's not. When I ask my mom a yes or no question, she answers me. I get messages a lot from my mom. She's been gone 10 years plus. Physical death is not the end. Get your Kleenex box ready for reading. Love transcends death. The bonds of love never break. So later today, I will get my answer from my mom. I've shown it to people to prove it. It's happened right in front of people before. Wow. See, somebody wrote to me, and I was kind to them. And now, of course, they're doing the typical, if you're capable of sending me funds, we need things here. See, that's the thing that's so awful. And this is why I understand also why people monitor a lot of things. Because there's a lot of people that use the spiritual community. They will portray themselves as spiritual people in order to bilk others of their money, in order to manipulate people. There are people who will put up GoFundMes, and the spiritual community will rally around them because they know that one, or this is my brother, and it's a complete lie. They're stealing from other people, from the goodness of their heart. And I know, I've actually given money myself to those ones. And I literally put a post up and I said something, and I didn't know at the time until I had said it. The words I wrote. I said, I'm done giving to the causes of these fake people. And I thought, wow, I just did that. I don't have very much money, and I give from the little that I have. They will make it look real by giving a very small amount themselves, $5. And their cause isn't real. So be careful that you know where your money goes to. Ask to see pictures, and even then they can be documented and faked. I don't want to end this on a negative note, so I'm gonna ask for a message from my winged messengers. Oh, I picked up the divine feather, so I guess it's the same, right? This is a very small message. Interesting. I thought I was picking up another. See, that's the message. I thought I was picking up another, but I picked up you. I picked something better up. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Wow. I just got that message loud and clear. What is the one message for the United Collective that they most need to hear? Is this Crow? No, it's Condor. That was my second choice. Crow was my first choice. Condor was my second.
The vulture was my second choice. My glasses are smeared with tears. I can't see them. I'd like to get through one reading without crying. I know where I can do that. In Sedona, because I'm way too excited to cry. The condor, the California condor, I call these, the vultures that fly all around my lake, hold the highest vision for your life. You possess the ability to move past any hurdle. Yes, you do. We all have power. We all have connection. We all have spirit. We all came from the same place. You've got the ability to move past the situation you find yourself in. So you think about the vultures. I told you that the eagle is the only one who flies into the storm to rise above it, uses the power of the storm to lift themselves higher. But the condor will also fly in the storm. They use the energy, the lifts. They do use it on that way. So you're being encouraged to see the broader vision, right? See things from a higher perspective. Pay attention to your surroundings and the emotional energy that surrounds you. If you've been in a situation like we've been talking about, struggling in a hardship, enduring something that's quite difficult, rest assured that you are now already in the position to handle yourself and make things better for yourself. Remember, get in the car. The car is how we drive forward in life. We drive our car. Last night in my dream, I was with somebody and they were riding a bicycle. I was so excited to see that person, and my friend almost ran them over and hit them. I was so excited to see them. That is absolutely self-propelling, right? But you get in your vehicle, you're moving faster. You're driving yourself. So get in your car. Spirit says we'll figure it out on the way, right? Rest assured. There's no barrier right now. Make sure, first of all, though, you know your destination. When I go on my quests, my spiritual family said to me, how do you hear your guides? And at that time, I didn't even know who my guides were, and I wasn't sure how I heard them. And I said, well, let's see tomorrow. I'm going to wake up, and I'm packing my bag tonight, and I'll see where I'm going to go. That's what I'll do, I guess, tomorrow. On Tuesday, I mean. I'll get in my car, and I'll see where Spirit guides me. Because like I said, you got to stay flexible. You got to stay adaptable. Sometimes you're sent in a different direction. Sometimes you have a divine detour. And I've never been disappointed along the way, even when I've gotten mad. I've been online live with you guys when I wanted to go down a road, a pathway. I wanted to go down to see something when I was on the coast by Moonstone Beach. And there was a detour. I couldn't get down that road, and I was so mad. I'm like, God, typical. I wanted to go there. So I went a different path, and I saw something amazing. And then I was blocked again. I'm like, what is going on? Why do I keep getting blocked? I'm not getting blocked. I'm being diverted. And and you're being diverted for your highest good. Sometimes it's safety. Sometimes it's to see something or experience something that you absolutely would never have gone to or seen or done if you'd gone your regular route. Like when I went down the mountain, when that person was following me, and Master Jesus sent the royal stag, my divine masculine, to guide me away. He knew I'd follow that divine masculine. Wow. Wow. I'm getting so many messages. He knew I would follow that divine masculine, so he sent him left instead of right, which is the way I always went. So I went left because he showed up with babies. He showed up with 2 little babies. And I wanted to get a picture of those beautiful babies, and so I went left. And what he was doing was he was taking me away from where it was dangerous for me. It was dangerous for me. So I didn't know that. And we get mad, and I didn't get mad that day. I just followed the babies because they were so amazing. Prickles in my hands. And so same thing. I wouldn't have gone down that road. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have experienced this. So sometimes, when I said I was mad, my spiritual twin went down a dead-end road. He said, I know that's a dead-end road, but I just got to go check it out. And that could have just been where he literally said that. He could have been traveling somewhere. And I'm just hearing him, right? And saying, but it was also a metaphor for what was happening. I know there's nothing down. I just got to go check it out. I'm like that when I go on my quests. I go down every little road because I want to see it all, right? So I take off the next morning, and it took me 9 days to go to Big Sur and back. I could have got there in a day, easy. 9 days, because I allowed Spirit to guide me everywhere I went, and I was guided. I got messages in Pismo, extremely poignant messages. I saw in my dream the night before a carved wooden door. Told you guys I saw it when I got to Harmony. never seen that town. I saw a sign that said 17 people population, and I'm like, okay, I gotta see this. Went there was my carved door. I was going, so when I went up to Moonstone Beach, right, I was going in the one direction. I was mad, and I was saying, God, I keep hitting all these dead ends. But then when I got there, I found something else that was super cool. So there's never a diversion. Spirit uses diversionary tactics. People will use diversionary tactics in order for something to happen. I just got in my head. They've got to be very crafty. They've got to be very, it's almost sneaky, right? In order to make something happen. But you just watch how Spirit arranges things. They're going to do it that way to make this come together. So move towards it and know that you are where you're meant to be, as long as you follow your path, right? As long as you are adaptable and flexible and you move forward on the path that Spirit tells you to go on. Damn, I got so many. I gotta now, upload this with you guys, and I'm gonna hear more messages again. Wow. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for putting up with my tears. And thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you for anything, right? Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you for anything I misunderstood, for what I didn't see until just now, for doing what you've done, for teaching me what you have, for helping me when I was struggling and while I'm struggling, and for continuing to support me in all the ways that I need in order to move forward on my spiritually illuminated path that will help the most people as well as myself while making things pleasant, fun, and enjoyable, because we didn't come here to suffer, right? Understanding that we can affect the change is a great thing. Wow, amazing. I think that's it. I just wanted to see if anybody had anything else that Dina just rescued a seagull with a broken wing. Stayed and made sure she found out where there was a sanctuary. She asked me, where can I take it? And I said, a wildlife preserve. And I found an organization. Others were giving her organizations. I don't know which one she chose, but she ended up finding someone to help her. And they took the bird away. The bird ultimately had to be euthanized. They tried for days, but they couldn't save the bird. But the bird had a message to deliver, her seagull message, right? Her message to James is, may he make a mindset and energy shift, because it's all about the way we think, right? Change your stinking thinking and see things shift in a positive way. Wow, love it. I love my soul family. I love you guys. Talk soon.